Good morning.
Good morning. It is Monday morning, and we have to get ready to do keto on the couch.
Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos, and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday, we go live on Keto on the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we are surrounded by bears, you'll be alerted to it.
It's here. We did.
You finished it?
It's been a lot of work.
Yes, it has.
A lot of trials. A lot of bad batches of gummy bears.
A lot of errors.
We have perfected our shelf-stable gummy bear recipe that is really good.
I mean, we think it is.
Very gummy, depending on how you like yours. You can actually make it more gummy or less gummy.
You can have the mostest gummy in the world.
They have electrolytes. The link for the video is right up here.
These bears are doing a job.
We have all different colors of bears.
So they can be really fun.
You can try that one.
I'm gonna dink it.
Dink. Dink. Oh, yeah. It took a lot. For a week and a half, Caleb's like, why are there so many gummy bears in this house?
They're everywhere like toy soldiers.
We did learn something, though.
Mm-hmm.
Salt affects gummy bears. Try that one. Tastes really good, but texture, it's
wet.
Wet. So we learned this. We learned something. We've learned a lot. So go watch that video. I will also put a link for the recipe down below.
They're super fun.
Good morning. It is the last day of February.
I cannot believe how this year is just blowing past. I feel like I was getting ready for Christmas a minute ago.
So we're having a little bit of breakfast before Keto on the Couch. So I have 3 eggs from the Backyard Girls.
Thanks, ladies.
I have 4 slices of that chorizo that what I do is I basically stick it on the Blackstone, kind of crisp it up a little bit.
So
Rachel's
good.
having 3 scrambled eggs with the chorizo cooked into it.
I am really liking these not overdone scrambled eggs because even my scrambled eggs were always well done, but I'm actually enjoying these ones that are not completely well done.
Now coffee, we're changing it up a little bit today. So we got 40 ounces of coffee split between the 2 of us. And we have 2 scoops, so 1 scoop apiece of the Perfect Keto salted caramel MCT oil powder in here.
Just a little boost this morning.
Because I'm really looking for some extra cognitive function. And MCT oil will actually really quickly go to ketones. And those ketones will give me the cognitive function that I want to start my day off with because I do have a bunch of stuff going on today. I got a bunch of videos to edit.
The salted caramel is tasty. Let's not.
Oh, yeah. And
let's not forget
been a while since we've had it because we've been on all kinds of weird challenges and things like that and everything else. Now, again, just a reminder, having MCT oil or butter and stuff will break your fast. If you are fasting for weight loss, if you are fasting for autophagy, calories break your fast, and that's the bottom line. Now, it depends on what you're fasting, and we actually had somebody message us and was, talking about the whole idea of bulletproof coffee being created, and if you're just fasting to create ketones, have some MCT oil. I would not do a bunch of butter and stuff. Butter will satiate you, but so will MCT oil. Yeah. But MCTs will go right to ketones, and you will get ketones because if you really want high ketones for that cognitive function, it does take more time of fasting to get those higher numbers. But again, high ketones don't equate to more weight loss.
No.
So I always want people to be aware that if you are trying to do a really strict, I'm not going to have any food because I want my body to regenerate, I want autophagy. eating calories breaks a fast. 50 calories, 100 calories, it breaks a fast.
It's just good to kind of understand what the motivation is. And
everybody fasts for different reasons.
Right. And we just want to help people meet their intentions.
Yep.
Because if their intention is, hey, I do not want to have a calorie in, so I'm just going to have a coffee. And it's like, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news about that, but it is technically...
There's 4 calories in a cup of coffee.
Drink water.
Am I going to tell you not to do that? No, just have your coffee.
It's very
unless
hard for
you want to be a really strict faster. When we do like 48 and 72-hour fast, we try to do it just water because that's where you're going to get the most benefits. But...
I'm not very happy in those times.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
She's not a fun person
I'm not
to
super
live
fun
with.
to be with.
But again, it just depends on, it's like everything else. Like how strict of carnivore do you want to be? So when you're on your fast, how strict do you want to be? A lot of times I will still consume like Redmond Relight on a fast.
Right.
Because the electrolytes are super important. It's like people will ask us like, what do you think about the fact that like carbs and scallops and things like that have, liver and scallops have, like carbs in it. And I'm like, yes, it does. I mean, when it comes to scallops, I probably wouldn't overconsume them because they are very, very sweet. But for me, my personal opinion is the health benefits of eating liver outweigh the carbs that are in the liver.
And it's like make yourself do it.
There's a carb in an egg, right?
Yeah.
There's just less than 1 carb in an egg. Depends on the size of your egg. The health benefits of eating an egg completely outweighs the carb that's in the egg.
Right.
So if you want to eat 3 dozen eggs, eat 3 dozen eggs because it's perfect nutrition.
But the benefit of eating a chocolate bar
may
not outweigh the carbs. Depends on whose life is on the line, though.
So we stopped off at Publix Greenwise because they got Zevia on sale. Buy one, get one free on 12 packs for $10. So I'm literally buying every single one of the creamy root beer because it's my favorite and Rachel's favorite, and it's hard to find. So I bought them all. But we were looking around in the store, and they have these Wyoming authentic. These are original jalapeno Angus beef sticks. And I was like, really? Oh, wow, let's get these. We could do a good review on them. I love beef sticks. And then I'm looking in the back, and first of all, the second ingredient or third ingredient is cane sugar. So that makes it a no, because I don't understand why you have to have cane sugar in a beef stick. But this is why we need to always round up instead of rounding down when we're figuring out things like heavy whipping cream or something, because it says 1 beef stick is 1 gram of carbs. There's 6 in here, but if you eat the entire package, it's 9 grams of carbs. That means they're rounding down to 1 because every stick is actually more than 1 carb. So our philosophy is always, if it says less than a carb, it's got a carb. If it says a carb, figure it may have 2. Worst case, at the end of the day, you had less carbs than you thought you did.
So I got the very best phone call today, and we've changed some plans because awesomeness. Caleb got off work early today and actually called to see if I wanted to have lunch with him. And the answer, of course, is yes, I do. So we figured we would go to Buffalo Wild Wings because we're guaranteed to find something that we both like.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna treat myself to 20 wings, spicy garlic and Parmesan garlic. And I got a little side of blue cheese, which got onto Caleb's plate, but yep, that's what we're gonna have for lunch.
Okay, got home from my game. Wasn't too bad of a drive. Took like 50 minutes each way. Rachel is still out with Caleb. They actually called me. Caleb had a flat tire, so they are in the process of changing that out. There was a problem with one of the lug nuts on Caleb's car, so they had to call Geico. Fortunately, he has a free roadside through Geico. So here's what I'm having because they went out for wings. On my way down to the game, I actually had one of the Keto Brick pucks. It's 125 calories, so it's 1/8 of a Keto Brick. I had the chocolate peanut butter. Oh, no, I had the malt. I had the malted one. I really like that one. So I have 2 of the Teton hot dogs or Polish sausages. I put a little bit of the garlicky gringo on top. And then I have some of our coleslaw. I will leave a link for our coleslaw right up here. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this. And then when Rachel gets home, we're going to have a Keto Chow creamy ice cream. Dessert time.
I am so ready for it.
So we are having some pistachio Keto Chow creamy ice cream.
I think this is one of my very favorite flavors of ice cream. Pistachio.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So this keto chow is made with 4 tablespoons of butter. If you're curious how we make it, what I do is I melt the butter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the butter in here, and then I fill up the warm water to the line, or just below the line actually. And then I dump that in my blender, and I add the keto chow. This way I have the exact amount that I need.
Right.
So you're not going to overdo it. You want to fill it to just below the line, because the keto chow itself is going to add a little bit of volume. And I find when I do that, I get right to the line. I also see a lot of questions on like Facebook and stuff where people say like the top gets a pyramid. It's normal. If you want to avoid that pyramid, it still works fine in the creamy, but if you want to avoid that, when you freeze it, don't put the lid on it.
Oh,
so
okay.
Put it in the freezer with no lid, allow it to start setting up and freezing, and then you can put the lid on, because what happens is it's the air trying to escape, and it pulls up into a little bit of a pyramid, but it doesn't affect the creamy. It still works with that.
Right.
We did a mix-in, and we did some of this keto granola that we picked up at Sam's Club, I think we got. This is the birthday cake. They have a different flavor at Costco. You can also buy it on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below.
It is really good and adds crunch to every single bite.
Yeah, now we're only putting about a half a serving in the entire thing, and we're splitting 1 keto chow between the 2 of us. But if you're curious, a serving is a third of a cup, 160 calories, 14 total carbohydrates, 14 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, 10 total carbohydrates, 2 grams of dietary fiber, and then 5 grams of erythritol. So it's only 3 net carbs for the entire serving. And the ingredients are really clean. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, dried coconut, erythritol, almonds, butter, pecans, hazelnuts, sugar-free sprinkles, coconut oil, cellulose, stevia extract, and then some colors, whey protein concentrate. So we like this as a little bit of a treat. It adds a bunch of crunch, especially when you're doing pistachio, because you're adding a bunch of nuts in there. A couple things I wanted to mention. We just finished filming our gummy recipe. So by the time this vlog comes out, the gummy recipe will be out. I'll leave a link for it up here. One thing we forgot to mention in the video, but I think we tried to do it as an add-in. If you want like Sour Patch Kids, the best thing to do is add extra citric acid into the gummy, like 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, depending on what you're using as your base. That'll make the gummy sour. And then on the outside, coat them in a little bit of erythritol. But I personally do not advise adding citric acid to your sugar mixture you put on the outside, because the citric acid actually will absorb moisture and pull moisture in from the air and make... What I'll start doing is like almost like melting the sugar or the erythritol or the allulose.
That's not a good
look.
look.
It doesn't give a good texture. It makes them kind of slimy. So you're better off making the inside tart with the citric acid, and then the outside is sweet. So you get a sweet and then a tart taste to it. That's what these are. I've almost put them in as a mix-in.
They're really, really good. And something I do too is if I just do like a 10 gummy bear serving, right? Just a little bit. And I want to add a little bit of sourness to it. I'll also, right before I eat it, sprinkle like half of a packet of like True Lime, True Lemon, one of those flavors over the top of it, because boy, you get the crystals.
It adds that. That's
Super
got citric
sour.
acid in it as well. And you get that same thing.
But you're eating it immediately.
And you're not adding a bunch of sugar alcohol.
Yeah.
So I find that's even better, actually. We got some mail.
We got mail.
This is not from a subscriber. This was our order from Redmond. And I figured maybe you guys want to see what we order
like
from Redmond. We order a lot from Redmond. Look at the size of the box that I got from Redmond, you know?
Well, we do buy our...
the salt we buy in 25-pound bags.
Yeah. It used to be a paint bucket.
What did we get? We got a bag of the coarse salt.
Now, what do you use that for?
One of these grinders.
Yep.
So maybe sometimes you want to put like a fresh grind of salt. That's what you use this for. Also, it's really good if you have something like you want to maybe work on your meat and you don't want to use kosher salt. You want even bigger crystals. This works really well. Okay. We got a whole bunch of these. I like these.
I like them better than the little tiny ones.
I thought I ordered those other things. Maybe I didn't. I thought I ordered the little shakers too, but I guess I didn't. I like the little vials, but here's the problem. We go out to eat, that little vial, it's gone. Especially if we go to like a Brazilian steakhouse, like, Texas de Brazil.
Yep.
That one little vial is not enough for us because you keep getting meat and you want to salt it. So I find these are really, really good. So we ordered a whole bunch of those things. I actually have 2 bags of the coarse salt. I ordered another one of these organic garlic peppers because we go through a lot of it.
We
use
it
for everything.
Yeah.
And then I do like to buy the Redmond Relight in the tubs because it's cheaper. It's the same price as the bag, but you get twice as many servings.
But it is lacrosse season, and I just like knowing he has it ready to just grab and go.
Especially if we're traveling, we go to Disney World, something like that, or Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Having these sticks are really good. So I got, I have some watermelon left, so I got 1 watermelon, and Rachel's favorite flavor is lemon lime.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we got the gummies, we'll also use it for the gummies, even though we use the tubs as well.
Absolutely.
But that was our Redmond order. So a little bit of a weird vlog today. Things came up, we filmed our recipe for the gummies, and then the audio was all screwed up, so we had to redo it. And then you went out to dinner. You got a surprise from Caleb.
It was the best surprise ever. So I was just about to go out and head to the office to get in some work before tomorrow. That's okay. I will go in early tomorrow morning. But I got an interruption in my day. But not every interruption is a bad interruption, right? So Caleb called, said he was getting off of work earlier than expected and wondered if I wanted to meet him and grab dinner together. And the answer is always yes, right? The answer is just always yes when you have...
When your kids want to do something with you, you drop
kids,
everything, right?
Yeah. So we had such a wonderful time. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I think we sat there and just talked for 2 hours. And it's interesting because we live together.
Right.
Right? But don't believe that just because you're passing each other all the time or you're in the same space a lot, that you don't need to take yourself out of the space and go some neutral zone, someplace different to really have some good conversations sometimes. It really, really helps. So it was nice. We had a long conversation. It was so good. I mean, he's just a funny guy. Don't you love too that you've raised these kids and you get to be their friends because as they become an adult, you're like, gosh, you're somebody I would choose to be a friend. And when they choose you back and they're like, yeah, I would like to hang out with you. It's such a huge blessing. But when we got done,
I got this phone call on my way home from Miami.
Yeah, it was about 6:00. We realized that Caleb had a flat tire, and what happened was it was non-negotiable, and a bolt was actually stripped on that was holding the tire on. So we had to have it wasn't something he could change by himself. They had to cut off the bolt, which was really fun, but super nice guy. They came lickety split.
That's awesome.
Which was nice. Kind of redeemed my whole AAA experience, after waiting so long when we had a situation with Anthony. So this was really fast. We actually ran into some friends in Target while we were just kind of killing time waiting for AAA to show up. So it was just a really great night. So even though we were bummed about the tire, we'll have to handle that tomorrow. He needs an alignment on his car. The guy from AAA suggested. That bummed me out, but it didn't steal from the joy of getting to be together. And it didn't steal from us still having the motivation to come home, fix what we need to fix with our taping, and get that Gummy Bears videotaped.
Yep. So this ice cream is so good. And I'm telling you, if you have non-keto people in your life and you have some keto chow, go ahead and make this. Use heavy whipping cream. Use butter. Honestly, we used to like heavy whipping cream and keto chow ice cream better because it was creamier. But the creamy does something. You do the creamy, you add a quarter of a teaspoon of Terra Gum. Thank you, Steve from Serious Keto. And it completely changes it. And I'm telling you, people are not going to know that this is like a keto ice cream. I think it's better than any of the store-bought keto ice creams. It's better than Halo Top. It's better than Rebel Cream. It's better than all of them.
We've had them all.
It's got a really creamy texture, and we're not even adding any extra sweetener. I mean, you could add some extra sweetener, but I find it really, really doesn't need it. So it is the month of March, and so tomorrow is the first day of March. So guess what we're going to start off the month of March with for dinner?
What?
corned beef, because it's my favorite, and I've got
Seems
two
about
of
right.
them, and they're going to be on sale soon, so we're going to get
Keep
even
an eye out
more
for
of them. Because even though we have a freezer full of beef, I love corned beef, so
He
we will be
loves
eating
it.
a lot of that this month.
You got to give me some cabbage too to go with it.
Yeah, we can get some cabbage. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos that we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at our most recent video, which I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we have a delicious green bite, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.